Hello and welcome back to Hair with a Twist. Today we are going to be doing a half up flower twist. To start off, you're going to section off a piece of hair in the front and then take another small section behind that. Basically where a headband would sit on your head. And then we're going to do a modified French fishtail, which sounds a lot more complicated than it is. You're going to split the hair into two and cross the back over the front. Now, instead of taking a section of the original piece and then adding a new section to that and then crossing it over, you're just going to take a new section of hair, cross it over, and add it to the other side. Way easier. Take a new section of hair, cross it over, and add it to the front. Take a new section of hair, cross it over, and add it to the back. And you're going to do this down to about the end of your eyebrow to the beginning of your temple. And then you're just going to continue on into a regular fishtail, taking a section of hair, crossing it over to the other side. To go down that far, only so that it can reach the side of your head. And then once you've gotten that far, tie it off with an elastic. And we are going to, of course, pancake the braid, which means we're just tugging on the edges, loosening it up, making the braid nice and fluffy. Where you get to the part where it was the French part of the fishtail braid, you're going to want to tug a little more gently. You're going to see here I tugged it a little too hard and I had some pieces sticking out. But I'll show you how to fix that as well. So it's not a big deal if you pull it too hard. So you're going to make that nice and fluffy, just pulling on the ends and making it a nice pancaked braid. And guys, I'm really sorry about the lighting in this video. Trust me, that is a situation that will be fixed for next time. I just got some new lights, so it'll be a lot better than dealing with fickle sunlight, especially here in Syracuse. So next, behind that, we are going to do a just regular Dutch braid. Now the reason you want to do Dutch is because you want to be able to pull it apart and hide all of the part lines and the different separation in hair so you don't see your scalp at all. So to do a Dutch braid, you separate into three and you cross the strands under rather than over. So you're going to take the outside strand, put it under the middle. Add a new section of hair. Take the outside strand and put it under the middle. You want to make sure that for both of these braids, the hair that you're pulling from, the new section that you're adding is from directly under the braid. So you don't want hair from other parts of your head getting pulled into that. So it gives it just a nice clean line. And it doesn't matter if it's perfect because like I said, we're going to pull it apart, but you don't want extra hair pulled in. And then once again, when you get to about your temple, you'll just stop adding in new hair and then just continue down with a regular 3-strand Dutch braid. Tie the end off with an elastic and pull it apart as much as you can, or I guess as much as you want to, but in my opinion a braid can never be too big, so just pull that baby right apart. And when you pull apart on the top here, that's what's going to hide any part lines. Then on the other side, you're going to take a section of hair and you want to make sure it's about the same distance down on both sides. And we are going to do a lace rope braid. So we're going to take into two sections and we're only adding hair to the top section. So add a small section of hair, twist away from your face. You want to make sure you're twisting away. Add a new section of hair, twist away from your face. Now you just want to take very lightly, use a very light hand in the hair that you're pulling back because you don't want to look bald and have all your hair up on the top and not a lot hanging on the bottom. So this is just enough to keep it all in place. So you take a new section of hair to the top, twist it over. See, I'm very lightly just pulling the very top layer. We're going to pull it apart, of course, loosen it up, give it some texture. You can pull at the crown too and give yourself some more height to it. You don't want a ton, I didn't want to back comb it, but just to give a little movement. Then you're going to take that first braid, the fishtail braid, and add it over. You can see I had a piece sticking out. I'm just going to kind of push it back in there and it'll hide itself. That front bang section you took out. You can leave it down if you want to. I like the way it looks swooping back and I don't really love a lot of hair in my face. And then you can combine the twist, the fishtail, and this front strand of hair into a ponytail with an elastic, leaving that Dutch braid hanging down. And then once you have that tied off, you can tug on any pieces, get it exactly how you want it, and then take the elastic holding the fishtail together out. Here comes the flower part of it. So we're going to take that ponytail and divide it into two, and we're going to do a rope braid. So basically with a rope braid, you're going to twist both sections of hair one way and then cross them over each other the other way. So in this case, we're twisting them to the back, crossing over to the front. Twisting them to the back, crossing over to the front, twisting to the back, crossing over to the front. And you'll keep doing that all the way down. This is just a great skill to know because it's super fast, it's going to stay in place rather than the twisting them in opposite directions is what kind of locks it into place like a rope so it doesn't unravel. And it's just a really fun braid to know how to do. So we're just going to tie the end off with an elastic. And then of course, pull it apart and pancake the braid out. You don't want to go too much with this because you don't want it to fall apart as you're pinning it. You're going to end up with a couple pieces that stick out, but that's fine. You can just pin them into place. So you just want to fan the individual twists out. Give it some nice volume. Because we left so much hair on the bottom, there's not a ton of hair that actually goes into this twist. So that's why it's so important to pull it apart so it looks like it's a lot more hair than it actually is. I got a little crazy pulling it apart on the top, so I have a couple pieces sticking out, but that's fine. So then you're going to wrap it up, and you want that end tail of the loose hair sticking out to go in the back. And then you're going to roll it up like you're rolling a piece of ribbon. So roll it right on top of itself so it just becomes like a disc. And then put the center right over where the hair tie is. And then you're going to pin it into place there with just the outside edges. Did you see how I almost put it in my mouth to open it? It's a really bad habit I'm trying to kick, so I'm very proud of myself. Caught it on camera. And then you're just going to pin the very outside edges of that little rosette we made down. And if you have any pieces that are sticking out, like that one piece I had, just roll it back in with the hair and pin it into place. It doesn't take a lot of bobby pins to pin it down because there's not a ton of hair there. And that is the half up flower twist. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and comment below, tell me what other hairstyles you'd like to see. Check back on Fridays because through the month of October, I'm going to be doing Halloween hair tutorials, so you don't want to miss that. Thanks so much, guys.